understand diffraction and interference better. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are continuing class 11 chemistry, chapter 2, atomic structure. We will see the topics. The topic discussed in this video are electromagnetic theory, its salient features, its merits, its demerits, black body radiation, Planck's quantum theory. These points we have to clear before we start with particle nature of electromagnetic waves. This video will be of great use to you, so watch the video completely without skipping, and if you think the video is useful, like the video, share the video, and also leave your comments in the comment box below. I have added a few questions in the description box. Do not forget to see that also. If you have not yet subscribed my channel, do subscribe it now, and also press the bell button so that you get intimated as soon as videos are posted. Okay, come, let us see the topics. We have already discussed wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. We have to discuss particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. But before that, we will discuss the salient features of electromagnetic theory, its merits and demerits. That will help you understand the significance of Planck's observations, which led to the discovery of particle nature of electromagnetic waves. Okay. A source of radiation, say for example, a heated rod which has a material having high melting point, or maybe the filament of a bulb through which current is flowing. That energy is emitted continuously. It is this very same point that was later on disproved by Max Planck through his experiments and observations. The energy emitted is called radiant energy. Second feature, this radiant energy has two components, that is electric and magnetic components, called electric field and magnetic field. These two components are mutually perpendicular, and since it contains two components, it is called electromagnetic radiation. Third feature, the radiation is propagated or travels in the form of waves. In the previous video, we have already discussed the wave property of electromagnetic waves. If you have not watched it yet, press the I button in order to watch it. The speed of electromagnetic waves is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. As these waves have wave-like property, they are called electromagnetic waves. Fourth feature, they do not require any medium for propagation. That is, it can travel through space. These are the four salient features of electromagnetic radiation. Now we will see the merits of electromagnetic theory. The earlier concept of propagation of light was rectilinear propagation, which could not explain two important phenomena exhibited by light, namely diffraction and interference. But electromagnetic theory could explain them. I will just give a brief explanation of these two phenomena. Diffraction is the bending of light at corners. That is, when there is an obstacle in its path, light is propagated forward, but it bends round the corner of the object and then gets propagated forward. It is propagated in the same medium and also in the same direction. So it is different from reflection or refraction. This bending property of light is called the diffraction. Electromagnetic theory says that it is traveling in waves, that is, there are oscillations. It is in the form of a curve. So it can curve round or it can bend round corners. So electromagnetic theory explains the phenomenon of diffraction. Interference is the interaction between two waves. If the two waves have similar properties, that is, same amplitude, same wavelength, same frequency, same phase difference, then the result will be an increase in its amplitude or its intensity. On the other hand, if the interacting waves have difference in these properties or any one of these properties, even then the interaction will be in a different way. There will be bright and dark spots or bands on the target in different patterns depending upon the difference in these properties between these two waves. This video clip will help you understand diffraction and interference better. This is part of one room which is brightly lit. Behind you can see another room which is more or less dark. You can clearly see light falling into this room, bending at this corner instead of going straight along this line. It bends along this line, and that is diffraction. The same picture can be used to demonstrate interference also. Due to interference, this small region is brighter than the inner portion, which is darker. And on the door also, you can see these bright and dark bands. This phenomenon is called interference. Hope it is clear. Rectilinear propagation could not explain this, but electromagnetic theory could explain this phenomenon. These are the two merits of electromagnetic theory. Now let us see the demerits. Electromagnetic theory could not explain a few phenomena which were discovered later on by scientists. Let us list them down. 1. Black body radiation. Second one, photoelectric effect. Third one, change in heat capacity of an object with reference to temperature. Then fourth one, line spectra of atoms with special reference to hydrogen. These four phenomena could be explained only on the basis of particle nature of electromagnetic waves. That is, only by considering the electromagnetic radiation or waves contains nothing but a stream of particles. In order to understand that, we have to understand black body radiation and photoelectric effect. Let us see that one by one. First, we will take up black body radiation. Max Planck, around 1900, made some remarkable observations through his experiments. What was his experiment? He heated certain objects. Say, for example, objects like iron, which had high melting point. He found that the heat that he supplied was given out in the form of radiation. The visible part of radiation, of course, is only white light, that is the visible spectrum, but it is appearing in the form of 7 colors. So he found that different colors appeared. The object first turned to dim red, then to deep red, then yellow, white, and then finally blue color. It has not given out all colors of the visible part of spectrum. Only a few colors are radiated. The object turned to these colors in succession as the temperature increased. You know, red has maximum wavelength and blue has minimum wavelength. So from this we can understand that as the temperature increases, the wavelength of the radiation emitted decreases. Wavelength is inversely proportional to frequency. So we may say frequency of the emitted radiation increases with increasing temperature. This phenomena could not be explained on the basis of electromagnetic theory of light. As per electromagnetic theory, energy is absorbed or released continuously. Intensity I, that is the brightness of the radiation, is directly proportional to the square of the amplitude of the wave. As per electromagnetic theory, intensity is independent of wavelength or frequency. So, electromagnetic theory can explain only the appearance of one color at all temperatures. It cannot explain how these different colors appeared because different colors have different frequencies or wavelengths. Planck suggested that an ideal body can absorb and release all wavelengths or frequencies of radiations. He called such a body as black body and the radiation black body radiation. According to Planck, intensity is directly proportional to frequency. That is, I is directly proportional to nu. Let us see his experiment on this concept. He studied the variation of intensity with wavelength at two different temperatures and then plotted a graph. That graph is given below. T1 and T2 are the two temperatures considered. T1 is smaller than T2. Wavelength is represented along the x-axis and intensity along y-axis. At T1, that is lower temperature, the maximum intensity is given for a particular wavelength. That is, the peak is obtained at a particular wavelength. Let this wavelength be equal to lambda 1 and intensity I1 corresponding to T1. For T2, that is when the temperature is increased, the maximum intensity is obtained at a lower wavelength. Let us mark this intensity as I2 and the corresponding wavelength as lambda 2. You can find that the intensity goes on increasing up to a particular wavelength and then decreases for any temperature. Say for example T1. This is true for T2 also. So we can see as the temperature increases, maximum intensity is obtained at a lower wavelength. So we may say intensity is inversely proportional to wavelength. But we should remember wavelength is inversely proportional to frequency. So we can say intensity is directly proportional to frequency. This explains the observation of the previous experiment, that is, appearance of different colors for the object as the temperature increased. Max Planck was able to explain this phenomenon on the basis of particle nature of electromagnetic waves. Now let us see the explanation for black body radiation. A body is absorbing or releasing energy means its atoms are absorbing or releasing energy. As per Planck's concept, absorption of energy is not continuous but in discrete quantities called quanta or quantum. Intensity is proportional to frequency, but we know intensity is nothing but energy. So we can say energy is proportional to frequency. He used a proportionality constant h. So E is equal to h nu and the magnitude of h is equal to 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. It means energy or intensity is a function of frequency nu. So in the case of black body, which can absorb all frequencies of light, will emit all frequencies of energy having maximum intensity or peak intensity at particular temperatures. So, as the temperature increases, different shades appear in sequence. He said electromagnetic wave is nothing but a stream of energy packets or energy particles. Energy is absorbed or released in the form of definite quantities or quantum is what is Planck's quantum theory. This observation supports the physical nature of electromagnetic waves. We will deal photoelectric effect and its explanation in the next video. I hope this video was of great use to you. Thank you.